What is up, guys? It is AJ from MMA Experts, and this is the Dana White's Contender Series 2020 week number 10 full card predictions. Some good matchups. Let's get into the first bout of the night. Chelsea Hackett takes on Victoria Leonardo. Fight here, women's flyweight division. Muay Thai striker versus more of the mixed martial artist slash grappler, I would say, in Victoria Leonardo. Both these girls are very good. I would say Leonardo has the grappling advantage, but Chelsea Hackett has some very good striking, extremely explosive, technical. As I mentioned, a Muay Thai background professionally. I really am impressed by Chelsea Hackett. I think she's going to beat Victoria Leonardo here, but I don't think it's an easy fight. She really is going to need to fend off some takedowns. The reason I think Hackett will be able to is because she is very strong in the clinch, and what I've seen of Leonardo, she likes those clinch trips, and I don't think she'll be able to pull that off against Chelsea Hackett. I predict we're going to see Hackett win this fight. I could see a TKO, but more than likely we're going to see it go the distance. I could see a late TKO around the third, but I think a safer pick is a unanimous decision win for Chelsea Hackett over Victoria Leonardo in this matchup. Now, betting odds, looking at them, minus 225 favorite is Chelsea Hackett to Victoria Leonardo at a plus 185 underdog. I think those odds are fair. I think they could be a little closer because Hackett, is a lot less experienced than Leonardo. But I do think she's going to win this fight, and I predict she does so by a unanimous decision. I am riding with the favorite in this matchup in Chelsea Hackett. Next fight of the night. This is a fun one. And honestly, I really can't wait to see it. Gerald Blackledge is back after a win over Cameron Church. Tucker Lutz is back as well. He recently fought on the Contender Series. I'll quickly pull up his record because I want to mention who it was against. He's coming off a win over Chase Gibson. That was in September. So both guys, very recent performances and victories on the Contender Series, but not enough to earn contracts. Now they face one another, and the winner, I do believe, will get a contract, especially if it's a finish. I think both guys are going to have impressive victory on their minds. Blackledge is the longer fighter. I do believe he has better boxing skills. Tucker Lutz has some good grappling. Not super offensive with his takedowns, at least in his last fight against Gibson on the Contender Series. I did not see him attack the grappling where I felt he did have the edge. Gerald Blackledge, though, pretty good grappler himself, some good wrestling skills, especially defensively. I feel like his hands are going to be too quick, his boxing too crisp, and he's going to outpoint the dangerous Tucker Lutz. Probably a late TKO, because I do think both guys are going to bring it and really go for it because they know they need the contracts. And it could happen sooner if they're really going at it. We could potentially see a fight of the night between these two here. Tucker Lutz, he likes to stand and bang. He likes to fight on the feet, and he does have some nasty leg kicks. And we have seen Gerald Blackledge, especially against Cameron Church, feel the effects of those leg kicks, but not enough to defeat him. Gerald Blackledge will not lose this fight. He's a minus 175 favorite. Tucker Lutz, the plus 145 dog. I am riding with Gerald Blackledge. I'm going third round TKO. Late, I could also see a unanimous decision win, but I do think we're going to get one hell of a fight between these two here. Next fight of the night. Good women's bout in the women's strawweight division. Pauline Macias takes on Gloria de Paula. Macias, judo background, very good grappler. Developing striker, not the best striker, but she is developing. She's getting better. Gloria de Paula, though, has some refined striking. She is a very technical striker, good Muay Thai skill set, explosive, athletic girl. If she can keep this fight on the feet, she is going to win. The problem is, can she defend the takedown? I say she can. I think she has good enough training partners to do so. Near Pick'em's odds here, minus 135 favorite is de Paula over Pauline Macias at a plus 115 underdog. I think de Paula is going to get it done. She is. She's got the better striking. She's very technical on the feet as long as she can fend off the takedowns of Pauline Macias. Not going to go run and say, hey, go bet everything on de Paula for this victory, but I really do see her getting it done. But it's not going to be easy, and she really is going to need to fend off those takedowns of Pauline Macias in this matchup. Next fight of the night. Co-main event already. We're flying through these predictions. This is a really fun fight because both are veterans of the Contender Series. JP Buys, he takes on Jacob Silva, who was just recently on against Jeffrey Molina. And they had an awesome fight. It was a war. And Jacob Silva is back to take on JP Buys in what is not going to be an easy test. I like JP Buys. His wrestling skills is good. His ground and pound is very brutal. He's going to look to probably get this fight to the mat, but he's not afraid to strike. He can strike and does have good striking skill. Jacob Silva, on the other hand, though, good striker too. It's not an easy fight. The odds are too widespread, in my opinion. I think they should be a fair amount closer, but JP Buys is probably going to beat him. I really think he is. I think it's going to be competitive, throughout the first 2 rounds. I could see the 3rd round JP Buys taking over because both guys are Contender Series alums and know that you need to win probably by a very impressive stoppage, if not a great decision to get the contract. I think JP Buys is going to get the stoppage here. I can see 3rd round submission or 3rd round TKO, leaning 3rd round TKO. Don't be surprised if it goes the distance, though. The minus 300 favorite is too much, but that's what he's sitting at, JP Buys. Jacob Silva, the plus 240 underdog. It's going to be close. Honestly, it's closer than the odds should say. As I just mentioned, I'm riding with JP Buys to win this fight, late TKO or a decision in this matchup. Potentially could see a submission, but less likely than the other 2 outcomes. But I think JP Buys wins this fight. Does he earn a contract? We will find out. The main event of the evening, this fight I'm pumped for. I think it is going to be one-sided, though. Nick Maximoff, Nick Diaz protege. He trains at the Nick Diaz Academy with the Diaz brothers. Trains very hard with them. They do crazy training sessions from what I've heard. Oscar Kota, on the other hand, experienced heavyweight. A guy that has, 13 professional bouts. Not the most impressive resume for either one of these guys. Oscar Kota recently lost to Jay Silva. For Nick Maximoff, though, unbeaten 5-0. This is his most legit test of his career. What's going to make the difference is the grappling. He's a BJJ brown belt. He also has a wrestling background. Oscar Kota, not the best with his takedown defense. Not bad, but I don't think at the level that he'll be able to fend off Nick Maximoff. Maximoff's going to get this fight to the mat. Kota's best chance is going to be a first-round knockout. He's got the puncher's chance without a doubt, but I think it's unlikely. I think Maximoff is going to have a very good game plan. He's going to go in, get this fight to the mat, and really dominate Oscar Kota, and I predict a second-round submission victory for Nick Maximoff, the minus 350 favorite. Now, if you guys are considering placing some bets on this card, I want to give you a parlay idea. I am going to do it live right now. I didn't really pre-plan this parlay idea, but I think I do want to give you guys an opportunity for one that I think could be successful. I'm going 2-fight because I'll be honest, this card has some close matchups. I think a Blackledge Maximoff parlay is not a terrible idea. I personally am not doing it, but it's an idea. The JP Buys Jacob Silva one I considered, but the problem is Jacob Silva is very resilient, and I do think he has a legit upset chance. Macias, Paula, I just don't want to tell you to bet on Paula, right? And then next thing you know, Macias out-grapples her all night because it's a possibility. As far as Chelsea Hackett and Victoria Leonardo, I think there's a chance that we see Hackett absolutely dominate. This is definitely a Dana White's Contender Series card where I'm not advising to go throw crazy money on. I think the Nick Maximoff main event is pretty much a sure thing, but every other fight, I think there is a legitimate chance for the underdog to win. Personally, I picked some strong favorites here, just how it turned out to be. Nick Maximoff, though, in the main event has definitely got to be the most confident pick of the night. I think that he really is going to look dominant. As far as the second most confident pick for me, I'd probably say Gerald Blackledge, followed by Chelsea Hackett, followed by JP Buys, followed by Gloria Paula. Not that she doesn't have a legit chance to win and isn't going to win. I believe she will, but not as confident as obviously Nick Maximoff, who's honestly, styles make fights, and Maximoff Kota, they know what they're doing with this matchup. They really want to see Nick Maximoff, the Nate Diaz and Nick Diaz protege, get the W and probably earn himself a UFC contract. That is pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed the full card predictions and betting odds. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Also, guys, follow my social media, Instagram, Twitter, and I'll see you all in the next video.